Okay, I haven't done any videos for a couple of days, mostly because what I'm working on here is not exactly exciting. It's a lot of stopping and straightening things up. Not stopping. It's a lot of just not outrageously fun work. Um, this is right here is the bench seat. Where is it? It's right here. It's this piece for the dressing table. And yes, I did do my nails. Um, I like. I tend to like dark blue, dark purple, um, like colors that have like either a what do you call it? Glitter. I like glitter ones too. I started doing that when I was an art teacher because I could hide some of the dirt and stuff on my nails. Um, dollar 25 at the Dollar Tree. um, but you can see here I've made a few changes. This right here that you can see is actually a little jig that I made to get this to look like this. See this little curve? I was in the process of going through and following my notes because you've seen that I will, yeah, I'll write myself notes, and if there's something still written here, it means I haven't addressed it here and it's not finished. For right now, yeah, I haven't done, this is the big thing because it looks kind of like it's complete, but I'm trying to figure some things out between this piece and the dressing table because I want them to mesh together a little bit more style wise. And part of that is this little curve here, which I put another slight curve in here, and I've taken these down to about, let me see, put some light on this. There, that's better. I think because I view this little thin part as part of the trim work or part of the feet, and right now they're sitting at about 11 millimeters or 1.1 centimeters. I took it down to about 5. So I trimmed a nice portion off of that because I wanted these to have a profile that was much lower. I finally chose one of the many pieces photographs that I showed you or I posted, and that's what I wanted to do. And this piece goes together a little differently. You can see there's the curve here, and then there's this piece here, and up here, basically what I'm doing is this piece right here just comes together with that one, and they get glued together. When we're looking at this piece on the back, these two fold up and these go behind. And I have an additional back piece here. And right now I've just kept it flat. I keep thinking that I might like to add a waterfall on this. And when I say waterfall, I'm thinking about this element right here, this curved element, which I have now learned how to lay out correctly on pieces. So there's part of me that wants to kind of figure out how to do that, but I may have to let go of, didn't mean to bump that, let go of this and do this in a different manner. Because and I'll show you here in this piece, because I finished this up. I went to so much bother to try to make this a little easier, and I just don't like it. So I'm going to go back and add that part in. I really like that curve. But you can see here that, let me get rid of this. This is annoying. When I do a waterfall front, and it's a trifold. It's the front, the two sides, and the top. But there's folds here and here. When these come together, this part's already taken up with a tab. Now, I have done some pieces here where I have not added a tab to this. If I can get this to focus. These smaller portions here. I I had tabs and then decided I didn't like them. So I need to kind of do some finagling and figure out, I think it can work. It just means that instead of, let's see, that's the dressing table. These right here are perfectly matched on a vertical and a horizontal. What would have to happen is this line here disappears and it moves down about, in the scale that I'm working right now, about 5 millimeters with the curve that I'm using. This moves down, which means all of this stuff would stay here, but this is gonna have to move because this portion right here would be cut, and then it rolls over top, because you've seen some of the these pieces. It has to roll, and then what it's attaching to is on the inside, which is some support cardboard on the inside. So that makes it a little different. So I like this design. I like this design a lot, and I'm going to keep it. But I may end up trying an additional design to go with this one. Now, I also posted my post-it note of what is ready for black and white proof, and I'm just kind of working my way through it. Some of these don't need a ton of work. The chair, oh good grief, it took me, okay, where did it go? Bedroom, armchair, scratch, open. This one took me the better part of the day. Day before yesterday. Oh, good Lord. And you can see here, it says, finished, ready for black and white proofs. That's why I've kind of arranged it so I've pushed everything a little closer together. I also learned some really, the hard lesson of the last time I did black and white proofs and I didn't label things, and I had to move them to other locations and then I couldn't figure out what they were going to. So here I've made sure to label everything. This gave me some fits, but I got through it and I figured out how to get, you can see here, this is a very slight angle. Sorry, my words are just not wording today. There's still, I think, some problems with the top of the chair and this inside piece, but I think they'll be fairly easy to fix. And I hope that I've done this correctly. The curves here, for some reason, absolutely, I think it was, for me, there was like a, I don't want to say a mirage, an optical illusion, that when I was putting these together, it's not like I was laying out the children's table where everything was very like square and everything. This was making me think things were wrong. This angle and that angle kept making me think that I'd gotten things wrong, and I would go in and I would do this curve and then come back and look at it and go, oh my God, it looks like garbage. Because if we link this, I like to get these down to its 3 points to the curve, the center and the 2 on the outside. And I did my normal thing where I go in and I add extra ones because for some reason I can't do it on the first try. I'm to the point now where I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them to get around. And I'm sure it'll get smaller. But you can see I still have little bits in here. So, that's finished. Let's see. Oh yeah, this Mama Jamma. The armoire, the big armoire, it is just, I really just complicated the heck out of this thing. I mean, it's got 6 small drawers, 2 small drawers, 1 large drawer. This is going to be an opening. Part of me would like to come in and redo the feet on this, but at this point, I'm like, you know what? For the black and whites, we're just going to deal with it. If I want to change it, I've learned how to change it. It's not that big of a deal. And I mean, seriously, if we look down here, this is the, I think I got rid of, no, I didn't. This is the jig. And basically all I needed was to know where the anchor points, you can see the anchor point here and the anchor point here. And I kept thinking I needed something else for this, but if I click on this, it will extend and show you where the arm is so I can adjust the angle. All I needed to do was from the center to the center, and then I needed to decide how deep I wanted them, and I wanted it more even. So I got about in the middle. So for all of this, I just simply copied that, moved it over to the middle, and then I could get this little curve. I didn't think this curve would be too hard to cut out with either scissors or a knife for anybody. It's less, there's less of a curve part on this bottom, which I kind of find it a little elegant little curve. And yes, this side is different from this one, because as you can see, this is the front, and I needed this front one to be bigger. So these two front and back ones are matched, and the side ones are matched. Let's see. And then I went ahead and changed all the feet in this for the dressing table to the same. And as of right now, I've just finished this part up. That's the drawer. One of the really nice things about making this smaller is I got a little bit more room with the drawers, so I'm not going to end up with drawers being too high. There was one version that it was just, that was an absolute mess. And I still can't figure out how I did that and did it so completely wrong. So at this point, I'm working on the middle section, and I need to decide on how big I want the drawer, and I need to change some things around here and make sure, because it's, how do I put this? If you look here again, there are those little anchor bars in here. I know that these have not been done because they're at a slight angle, which means I need to come in and clean this whole thing up. So you can see I've started laying in some lines, and then I'm going to start working on this middle section. So I want this done by the end of the day. I want it black and white ready for the end of the day, because the rest of everything here, it's a pretty short list. You know, the upholstered armchair, I went in and straightened up all of this. And when I say straightened it up, when I mention straightening something up, I quite literally mean I have gone in to the program, and you can see the blue lines here. I'm looking at one of the side arm pieces. I am simply going in and making sure that all of my straight lines are straight, and then all my curved lines, if there's curved lines here, it's going to be the same on the other side. And you can see here, there's some stuff that's not quite making it right now, because I remember I had started doing the resizing on this. This is that big middle piece, and I'm trying, I think I finally hit on it, because I need to have something that's different, and I'll change it right here. Different than a dotted line, because you're not technically folding this line here. That's just the beginning of where the curve starts. And I've started using this dotted line. I think I went a little further apart, which indicates that's where something starts, but you're not going to be doing anything else with it. I think that I added in this part here just to remind myself that that's the 9mm portion, and that's, so these are the two fused together, and I got the angle incorrectly. And then this is the big back piece, making sure that this back piece I need to lay in some more lines here too. Let's go ahead and change that because I'm right here. And hit save. So you can see I'm getting there. It's amazing to me that this chair, Baron bought me a what do you call it? Playmobil. We do advent calendars for each other for Christmas because we both like little things, little opening up little presents. He got me the Playmobil advent calendar, and he got me this one that has little cookies and things in it, a little Christmas present. And I got to open it now. And she's been sitting in the chair over here, so I'm going to put her right there. But it's amazing to me that this chair, which looks far more complex, is reduced to the back part, middle part, and 2 of these. And I really, really, really like the wooden on the bottom. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. It doesn't seem exactly exciting. This really isn't exciting work. For the last 2 days, I've just been plugged in listening to music and reminding myself of things like why Michael Jackson's Off the Wall is my total favorite album of his. It's you go between songs that are like can make you sob to like the most catchy dance tunes. It's a fabulous album. If you've never listened to Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, listen to it. Best album. Quincy Jones is all over it too, which is just perfect. And then also listening to a lot of other stuff, including Comida, a Swedish group that I absolutely adore. I'll put some links in there. They're one of those bands that's like, why did you only make 3 albums? I need more. Listen to a lot of Chibamato, which I absolutely adore too. And again, Yuka Honda, Miho Hattori, come on, girls, let's go. In fact, maybe I will go plug myself in. I was listening to some other stuff. Anyway, I'm yammering on way too much. I need to get this done. Music helps me focus on these things and tune everything else out. I guess that's the very long... You got the ADHD version of why I listen to music. When I was working as a graphic designer, we used to call it plug and chug, which meant you basically just sat down in front of your computer. And this is when I was working on grocery store circulars. When I was working for in the graphic design department of a southwestern grocery store company. And you have your stuff in front of you, and you basically just plug yourself into your computer, you listen to music, and you go through and do the not so fun work. You plug things in, you keep chugging along. The music helps you keep that rhythm and keep the distractions down. So one of the things that's part of my plug and chug is, when I have to come in here and lay in all the lines to make sure everything is perpendicular, horizontal, and vertical, and then go in and create a little jig so I can put this together, and then I'm gonna pull this out and build a drawer for it. That's, it's not, how do I put it? This is like, for me, sanding. Sanding any work. Sanding is not important, or not. It's important, but it sucks my soul and my will to live. I hate sanding. I like this slightly more than sanding. And now I've yammered on for another minute and a half. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. The weather's nice here. Everything seems to be going copacetically, given everything else that's happening in the world. Yeah, and I hope everything's going well where you guys are too. So patrons, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for listening to me yammer about things. And check out the tiers on my Patreon, the Patreon, because I've changed them around a little bit. I've changed around some wording, and I've added another tier, which is like, yeah, sure. Someone's going to sponsor me for $12 a month. I'm that meme of the African gentleman in the car that just goes, and now we laugh. Sorry. So thanks, patrons, and I'll see you in the next video.